Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Airsoft only, just here, nothing else, just airsoft. Anyway, I received this in the mail and I was very, very confused. And then I remembered that I had been contacted by Spec Precision. They've sent me a couple of sites in the past to like review for them. They emailed me and just said, hey, do you want to check out this Romeo site that we've done for the M17? It's like a copy of it's called the Spec Precision VFC P320 M17 Red Dot Sight. And I was like, oh yeah, absolutely. They were like, do you already have like an M17? And I was like, in fact, I do. And I've had issues with it, namely because I put this acro on it and it's just kind of like messed up the slide situation there. I've got a 3D printed like base plate on here to get the acro on because it was a nightmare trying to find an actual base plate. But they were like, hey, would you want to review this for us? And I was like, 100%. So I got very confused because I opened up the package and this literally looks like it's from SIG. Now, this is from Spec Precision. They've sent it to me for free, so just bear that in mind. But I have put a link to them down below. I don't know if I'm going to have any discount or referral code, so go and check the description if you want to see what that is, because I emailed them back and just said, hey, I actually thought I just got sent a package from SIG. I'm presuming this is from you. Went and checked their website, and I'm 99.9% sure that this is from them. But this is one of two versions they do. They do it in FDE and they do it in black, and then they also do a real steel version which has a different footprint. Now, what I got really excited about, which I didn't really think about before, but now I've just looked at it, is it doesn't need an adapter plate. And these VFC P320s are a nightmare for the adapter plate. I was at Evike buying a sight to put onto it on the RMR footprint. To get like an RMR adapter plate for it, I had to like order one from Hong Kong. Took me ages. I got it. I ended up putting it on there. I put that SIG kind of like air sight on it. Really didn't like it. So at the moment, I've got this Repro fake acro that's on here. I kind of think it looks cool, but it's very, very bulky, as I'm sure you'll probably agree. It sticks up a lot. And I've just kind of had a little peek in here. But literally, you open up the box. It has got a SIG Sauer Romeo M17 manual. And I don't know if this is made in the same factory as SIG Sauer stuff, because all of this looks like it is kind of real steel. It's got some of the screws here that will install it. And then it's got this, which is the actual sight, has got a cover on the top of it. And then that is this sight. Now, the cost of this is $145, so it's an expensive sight. It's not like cheap. And you can kind of tell by the build quality. Like this has got like a laser etched QR code like trade kind of thing on it. It's got Romeo M17 written on the top. And I also have SIG Sauer M17 written on the actual replica. The coloring I think is going to look really good. It might be a tad lighter than the airsoft version, but it's darker than the acro that I've got on there. So in this video, guys, we're going to basically install this and test it out and just see what it's like. But this is all metal. It's very, very lightweight. It's got manufactured or assembled in the USA. I know that Spec Precision, I think, are based in China. So I don't, if this is made by them or this is made by SIG and actually they've just kind of like done a deal with them, I have no idea. But like the quality here of like how the glass is like melded in. As I said, they do an airsoft version and a real steel. So I'm presuming this isn't a real SIG one, because $145 is expensive, but a real SIG sight would be more expensive than that. And I don't think SIG Air are going to do their own kind of like version. Now, one issue that I actually thought about when I just received it was that I 3D printed this little plastic plate on here that you can see. And I don't know where I put the actual iron sights. As you can see, this goes straight onto the rail and then has the iron sights like attachment on there. So I am a little bit concerned that I don't have something to like secure it in. I went and got these Pro Arms iron sights here. I'm kind of hoping that this is going to fit. It should do, and it looks like it is. Yeah, okay, that looks like it's going to fit. So hopefully we'll be good on that, but that's going to then just sit in this little like cheek well there. And what's really cool is like, I'm not going to push it fully down, but you can see how low profile this thing is, that the actual glass is right to the base. So it literally, like, even if your red dot fails for whatever reason or breaks and you need to use the iron sights, it's not like you have to move anything. Even though they're low profile iron sights, they're not like suppressor iron sights. You can just kind of stick it there. I also, when I went and got this, bought a couple of extra pieces for this P320. So I might do like another upgrade video just to follow on this. But this video is exclusive about this Spec Precision P320 M17 sight. They have not given me a battery. Oh no, hold on. They have actually given me their own. So I did not need to go and buy mine because I've just found in the box, they've got their own version of this. So let's see if these are very similar. I actually spent like $40 on these sights. I just ran to eBike and I was like, oh crap, I need them. And these are different. Yeah, so you can see here, I mean, to be honest, the actual Spec Precision ones look nicer. These are the Spec Precision ones. They've just got longer barrel pieces at the bottom here, or longer little sticks that go down. And that's the Pro Arms version, which is apparently tritium steel. So I don't know. I don't know how that works. Okay, so we'll open this thing up, guys. Let's just do a little one of these. Do you want the close-up? Yeah, you probably do. Let's give you, try and give you the little close-up so you can see what I'm doing. I'll give you my favorite view. So you can see me in the corner there, and then you can kind of see this here. Where are we? Let's just go like that. And then you can kind of see what I'm doing there. Does that work? Just try and do it there. Okay, so you can see what it is like, but I'll give you a close-up on this. I've just taken the side cap off, but the quality of it is pretty amazing. Like what I was talking about with the like edging is like the edging of that glass there. You can see how it's kind of like all just flowed in. I'm excited for this one anyway. So I'm going to quickly actually just run and grab a battery to put in here so we can just test out what the Optic looks like. And then I'll be back one sec. Okay, so it's going to take one of these CR2032 batteries. So these are pretty common batteries to be putting in stuff. The same goes on this like fake sight. What do you call it? This fake acro that I've got there. So I'm just going to put that in. I'm going to twist this up. Just do that up. There we go. And now if I push the up button on here. Okay, so that just flashed a couple of times. It's super bright. Super bright. I think on the thing I'm looking at the, there you go. It's a little circle I've got there. I think it says it's got 4 different, it's got a 2 MOA red dot that you can do, the 32 MOA circle, a 2 MOA dot with a 32 MOA circle. So at the moment I've got the 32 MOA circle, which to be honest, I may even just keep that on because I do kind of like the size of it. There is no distortion. I'm going to put you back on this guy so you can have a look here, but there is 0 distortion at the edges. It's not like a massive window, but to be honest, like the acro, in terms of like the size of it, I'll give you like an idea here. The acro, like if I give you an idea of the size of it, the window is actually probably the same. This is just a lot smaller. Give you that there. Trying to like, I hate doing this. Okay, that's the thing there. I'm going to look up how to change it, and we'll change it so that we have both in there. In fact, should we look at that now? It's got 15 brightness settings with 3 settings optimized for use with Gen 3 Plus night vision goggles devices. 2 MOA dot. The reticles are independently selectable, circle only, dot only, or both of them. Let's have a look in here if it tells me how to do that. So I'm just going to do that before we install it. How do I change? Product identification, windage, elevation, operation. Put that in. Turning the sight on and off. Turn the sight on and off by pressing and holding the up button for over 1 second. Turn the sight off by repeating the same procedure. Okay, so you hold it up. To cycle through the reticles, press and hold the down button for over 1 second. Okay, so I'm going to do that now. I'll put you back in this mode so you guys can see what it's like. There's that there. So if I hold this, hold on. If I hold. So that is just the dot. So I've got 2 MOA dot there now. And then if I hold this, that's the circle. Okay, I've gone back to dot. Oh, there we go. There's dot and circle. Okay, so there's dot and circle. It's hard to see on the camera. Like try and get it up for you. But that is now got a 32 MOA circle with a dot in the middle of it. And it's super, super bright. I might turn it down a bit, to be honest. Maybe if I turn it down, you guys can see it better. No, it's not going to make a huge amount of difference, I don't think, on that. So you can't see it very easily. But it's probably one of the clearest reticles that I've seen, for sure. Again, they have sent this to me for free, so just bear that in mind. But other than that, there is no affiliation, and I'm not going to kind of lie to you guys about this. It's an expensive site, so I'm not going to like make stuff up for you, as I never do. Okay, so let's go with undoing the acro on here. I'm going to undo these 3 different actual, what are they called? Screws, which is what we need. We'll go with this guy. And then I think I'm just going to basically take this acro plate off and we should be good. That's the hope. I need to make sure I don't lose these back pieces. But I'm hoping that this is going to be a lot better on here. I do think I've had some issues since putting these plates on, just in terms of like the performance of this. And this may not make it better, it may make it worse, or it may just keep it the same, and it may not be to do with that. But I know a lot of people do have issues with these P320s. The real steel ones, which I always get the comments, like the #1 comment I'll always get is like, does it go off by itself like the real ones? Oh, it's not realistic if it doesn't shoot you, or it doesn't, like, if you don't drop it and it doesn't fire itself. Have you tested that? And I'm like, yes, I understand that there is a lot of flack on SIG. So that is these screws there. That is the 3D printed one that I've done with this acro. If you want to go and watch that video, go and check that out. But basically that's just attached there. So I can just remove this. I don't think we need this at all. So we can just get rid of the acro. I do have this on, so I'm going to turn it off. Okay, that's off. And now, hopefully, what we'll be able to do is just put this guy in. So it's got that little kind of like piece there, which we need to just make sure we're engaging on this. And this sits super low down to the rail. Okay, so you can see there, it's kind of just flush into the rail there now. It kind of is a similar style with these angles as well, which I think is really cool. Like how these angles, you have them on the actual rail and then you've got it on this guy. So let's take the one they gave us. I'm actually going to push these screws out because we don't need these. I don't think we need these. Let's get these out. That's one. I don't want to lose them, so I'm going to put them over here. Okay, that's the longer one. Oh, that's the same. And then this the guy here. Awkward little pull. So weirdly, when I look at the website, I think it's $145 for the airsoft version. And then it's actually less money for the real. And the real one is $135. So maybe that's because it's like a different footprint and it just needs more stuff with it. I don't fully understand that. This is annoying. Get out. Normally, Mr. Tono's got his magnet, which I love. So normally that gets rid of them pretty quickly, but that's now done. Okay, so we'll put this back here into position. We'll squiz that down. And now we'll go here. We're going to need this guy to stick other way. We obviously want those sights at the back there. And we're going to take the screws they gave us, which are where? I've lost the screws. Here we go. So there's 3 screws in here. To be honest, they look almost identical to the other ones, so I'm not expecting it to be different. What is nice is because this is made for this specific airsoft replica, I'm expecting it all to fit quite nicely. So I presume they've tested it on the actual replica. That one there. That one there. This one here. These are not the Phillips heads screws that we had previously. These are now little hex screws, too big. So I'm going to screw these in gently with my finger, and then I'll get onto Mr. Tono. For everyone asking, it is a Mr. Tono screwdriver set. You can get it on Amazon. But these are going in very nicely, very easy. I probably will end up coming back and thread locking this, because we will want, with the recoil that you are going to have, because obviously this is going to be located on top of a gas blowback pistol. We do want to, the vibrations are going to be there. So having the thread lock there so it doesn't work itself loose is going to be a definite bonus. Okay, that's in, that's in. I don't want to over tighten and strip these screws. I always find with these small hexes, there's almost like some of them are, exactly the right size at 1 mil. Some are like slightly bigger and some are slightly smaller. I feel like I always end up doing that, like kind of over tightening. That's on solidly now. That's sitting in place. If we are doing this guy here, we've got movement here. The actual nozzle, let's just check that. Take that guy out, I'm going to take this guy out. This nozzle's been an issue and I need to sort it. There we go. Yeah, it's fine. But this shouldn't be affected by anything to do with the sight, because the sight is sitting and attached via these screws here. So I think I might put some like lubricant in here just to get this thing. It's like an awkward angle to try and pull it straight out. But I feel like there needs to be a bit more lubricant in that one. That might be that reason there. That it's just okay. So now let's put this back in. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to hook that into position, and then we are going to take the recoil rod, put that back there, put that into place, and this is sitting in there nicely. Okay, so that looks like a little bit, maybe it's just sitting up forward a little bit there. Let's see what it's like when we put it on. Okay, so when that's in place, and we've got this issue, look at this. What, this happened before and I'm trying to remember what it was which caused that issue. Look, see here? This little hook. I think I need to situate that a little bit further back, Because I feel like this happened before. Is that when it's empty? No. What was that? What was that issue that I had with this thing before? Let me take this apart again. We'll figure it. Because let me just actually show you the look of what the reticle looks like through there. Yeah, it's super, super clear. Like if I'm bringing that up, if you look at me in the small bottom area, like it is great. Like I can't really say much more than that. Like it's just a great, very clear picture, very clear glass. I'm just thinking, why is this pinching like that? And again, this is going to be an issue with this pistol, not with the actual sight that's going on it. But if you look here, that little hook, and I'm trying to remember what it was, which maybe it wasn't an issue. Because that is hooked in. There's no way it's going to get out because it's held in place by the actual optic now. But there was something there where I don't know why it moves that much. Okay, we'll go with it. I'm going to fire it and just kind of like test it out, just so we can just see what it's like when it's firing. That's going to go there. This is going to go here. That's going to be our little hop adjuster. This guy again is just sitting in no man's land. Guys, write in the comments what that is. Like, why is that doing that, and how do I stop it from doing that? Because I know that I had that issue before, and I'm just trying to remember what it was. And I personally can't think how I resolved it. But I'm pretty sure like that's just kind of annoying. See, there, it's like fully up. And it almost like stops the nozzle maybe. Okay, let me just fire this and then we will do a little, I'll fire this and then we can see what it, how it kind of actually reacts on there. I don't actually need a BB in there, to be honest. I can just show you the recoil and how the sight sits on there, but it's a solid seat. It's sitting on there nicely. This guy is going to sit on there if that's what you want to do, the cover. I don't normally do that, but that's fine. And then it just sounds so cool, this thing. I have to say, like, I really want it to be a better pistol in general, but I'm going to do some upgrades to it and just kind of figure out how I can fix this. I'm actually going to change this outer barrel, so that might do something. So that'll be the next video. I'm probably going to film that just right now. Oh, one thing you do want to test is how is it in a pistol. Yeah, Red Dot has got enough clearance there. I think it looks a lot cooler like that now than it did when it was like with the acro on it. Just a lot more compact. It just suits that style because it's like a purpose-built actual piece for this. In terms of like what this thing does, it's 7075 aluminium housing, mounts from underneath the pistol. Yeah, we know that. Integrated gas deflector on the front of the housing. Okay, so you wouldn't potentially need that on airsoft, but obviously a real steel one, I presume that's what you need. Machined anti-reflection grooves on the rear surfaces for reduced glare. Low deck height, allowing for full sight picture. Yeah, I mean, that's a big one actually, is how much lower this sits than the acro. And like you can see here where even with this like 3D printed acro plate, yes, you can kind of see the iron sights through there, but it's not great. That thing is like, you can see straight through the actual window because it's so low, and just use the iron sights. You don't actually need to use the red dot if you didn't want to. You can just use the iron sights and see them fully clearly. What else? We have 15 brightness settings, 3 optimized for use with Gen 3 night vision, side mount CR2032, minimum continuous runtime of 50,000 hours, 2 drainage holes in the side of the housing, to allow pooled liquid to escape, Windage and elevation adjustments, have tactile clicks. Should we test that? That's probably good, isn't it? Where is our little one of these guys? So you've got the up and down is there, and the right up and down is in the center here, and then the right and left is there. So if we're doing, hear that? Let's click, click, click. It's not like the most definitive click, but they've got clicks as they're going through. Same with this one here. Yeah, it's nice. It's really nice. Okay, so that's pretty easy to adjust. What else does it say? It's got motion activated illumination, so it is going to just like turn off. If it's got 50,000 hours and it's turning off when it's not being used, that's pretty great. Magnetic activation, I have no idea what that is. It's got DARC, dark adaptive reticles and coatings. You can get it in coyote tan, or you can get it in black if you want to get it in black. I think this would look very cool on like an X carry, like one of those X carries. I think it would look just sweet on. It's just like how it's just compact and like down close to that rail. Battery hours is 20,000 hours. Battery life, sorry, is 20,000 hours. Compatible firearms is the M17 and the M18. It's got the weight. It's got like a little install video here as well, which is kind of cool. I might watch that quickly and just kind of see if there's something I'm doing wrong with this. That might be fine. I think I might just be like overthinking it, and that's how it is. But just to me seems like such a weird design thing on a replica. I'm just dropping the actual mag out of. It is a cool looking gun though, even if it does shoot off itself when you drop it. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. As I said, Spec Precision are the ones who make this. There's a ton of other stuff on their site as well, so you can go and check those out. I'll put a link down in the description to this specific one, but you can go and have a look. I don't think they're sending me a discount code, but if they are, that will be down in the description as well, so go and check that out, and you may get some money off. And that, guys, is going to be about it. Still kind of like amazed by all the SIG branding, SIG packaging. It actually feels like you're buying something from SIG, which is pretty crazy. All right, have a great day. See you all very soon. Goodbye.